Anyway, the young man who's the executive director of the Ritz-Carlton in Naples worked for the Pine.
I know,
Bruce Siegel.
Harriet was telling me about it on the phone.
He is such a lovely young man.
And he's still there. He must be very, very
Oh
good.
my God, he's got such a big job. And terrific. He's really very, so we reminisced about the old days, yeah.
You know what's so wonderful about the Catskills is the proving ground. It was the on-the-job training for so many people, whether they were a comic or they were a hotel marketing person.
Mm-hmm.
And they've gone, many of them have gone on to bigger.
Without a doubt, but it was the great training that they got up in the
Well,
mountains.
I mean, I don't mean to brag, but look at Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mitchell's-
20 years as the executive of the largest casino in the world.
Yep. But it's great, and I think it's most fortunate that we have people like you who are helping to maintain the feeling of the Catskills and what it was. It never will be again the way it was.
You know, I laugh when people say, oh, they should have gotten gambling. I said, of course, that might have prolonged their stay, but it would never have been the same.
No.
For example, if Hilton took over one, if Harris took over, there wouldn't have been that Jewish feeling. It was a different...
and it would not have been. I think what made the hotels in our area were the families.
No question.
I mean,
your people came because they loved your mother and father, they loved you, they loved Paul, and the Kutcher family the same way. Now the Concord was interesting because rarely did anyone ever see the Parker family.
Well, there were so many of them, they probably figured the other one was going to be there.
Without a doubt. But it's true for the most part. The Fawsview, the Neverly, the Slutzies, all of them. Yep.
And we also felt that not only the guests were part of the family, but our employees. I mean, if they don't perform, you don't have anything. I used to go into the dish room and speak to the people and tell them, you have a very important job, because if you don't get these plates clean,
no one's going to eat.
That's going to be the end of it. And there's no job that's too low and menial not to be important in the hotel.
Without a doubt. I always think about that. For example, the orchestra members, they all lived up in either in the hotel or as time went by. But they all had families and
they became part of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great.
Well, I think one of the best stories is the night that I was backstage and my son-in-law was backstage, Howard. And he gave you a message, except it was to the wrong person.
I'm trying to remember. With Mal, right?
Yeah. Oh, something about Valeda.
Oh yeah, he did one of Mal's jokes.
Yeah.
And thought I had done it.
Yeah. And to this day, you both tease each other.
Each other about it, yeah. Howard.
But Freddie, it's so nice having you here, and you're so much a part of the Catskills and Grossingers, and I cherish the friendship that I have with your family.
It's great, and vice versa. I mean, I speak to Mitchell every couple of weeks, and we just chat, and it's just lovely.
He's a nice young man.
He certainly is.
Even if it's a mother being
bragging. And I can fully appreciate that fact, but he really is a genuinely nice man, as was Mark.
Oh yeah. And they have a sister who is just great. She's not involved in our business.
I never spent much time with her, but the little I have, she's a terrific
incredible.
lady.
She really is.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure talking with you, as always.
And you, and I'm just proud of one thing that I did.
Just one?
7, 8 years ago, Kutcher's was on its last legs. And I made my children and grandchildren. We figured out a weekend, and I took everybody up to Kutcher's.
Oh,
I wanted the grandchildren to have a
Yeah.
taste of it. And they still talk about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, well, Susan's oldest boy remembers the hotel.
Mhm.
Andrew doesn't.
Mhm.
Rachel and Scott, of course,
They
do.
would, sure.
They were old enough.
Mhm.
And it's kind of sad that the others, and hopefully a project like this will bring it all to life.
And yeah, let them hear a little bit about it. Great. Well, I've enjoyed this very much.
I have to.
And the battery lasted.